5 things Empress Dowager Cixi is remembered for. Empress Dowager Cixi, also known as Empress Dowager Shaoqing, was a remarkable figure in Chinese history who played a significant role during the late Qing Dynasty. She was born on November 29, 1835, in Beijing. She rose from relative obscurity to become one of the most influential women in China and exerted considerable power over the nation's affairs for nearly 5 decades. She was born into the Manchu Yehanara clan, and at the age of 16, she was selected to be one of the concubines of Emperor Shanfeng. Though she started off as a minor consort, Cixi was able to catch the attention of the emperor, and birthing his only surviving son, the Tongji Emperor. As her son ascended the throne, it secured her position as the Empress Dowager of China. Empress Dowager Cixi held immense power in the court and ruled over China as its matriarch. Here are 5 memorable actions/aspects surrounding Cixi and her time as Empress Dowager. To begin, one significant achievement of Cixi was her role in the ending of foot binding, a crippling practice that many women subjected themselves to fit the beauty standards. Foot binding was a deeply entrenched cultural practice that emerged in China during the Qing Dynasty, 10th–13th centuries. The primary purpose of foot binding was to create tiny, delicate feet known as lotus feet that were considered a symbol of beauty and femininity. Women with bound feet were seen as desirable marriage prospects and were regarded as more refined and higher in social status. Foot binding usually began when girls were between 4 and 7 years old, when their feet were still malleable. The process involved tightly wrapping the feet with bandages, gradually bending the toes under the sole of the foot and applying constant pressure to prevent growth. The bindings were frequently changed and tightened over several years to achieve the desired result, resulting in excruciating pain, restricted mobility, and severe deformities. Women with bound feet faced a lifetime of pain, difficulty walking, and a heightened risk of infection and other foot-related ailments. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with increasing exposure to Western ideas and the decline of the Qing Dynasty, foot binding gradually came under scrutiny. Empress Dowager Cixi issued an edict in 1902 calling for the gradual abolition of foot binding, marking an official stance against the practice. The practice was officially banned in 1912, but it took several more decades for it to disappear completely. Next is the events surrounding Emperor Guangxu's, Cixi's nephew, death. In 1908, Emperor Guangxu passed away under suspicious circumstances, where it was generally believed that the emperor had been poisoned. But that fact was not substantiated until 2008, when a report was issued by Chinese researchers and police officials confirming that the emperor had been deliberately poisoned with arsenic. It is impossible to tell what happened back then, but it has been long believed that the Emperor Guangxu has been poisoned to death by his aunt, the Empress Dowager Cixi. A third action that is always associated with Cixi is the appointment of her nephew Puyi to succeed the Qing Dynasty as the next emperor. Puyi was just a child at barely 3 years old. During his reign, which lasted from 1908 to 1912, Puyi was merely a figurehead, and real power was held by various regents and officials. The Qing Dynasty faced mounting pressure from revolutionary forces, and in 1912, Puyi was forced to abdicate, marking the end of imperial rule in China. Continuing on, Empress Dowager Cixi was also known for her opulence and life of luxury. As the de facto ruler of China for nearly 5 decades, she enjoyed immense wealth and indulged in opulence, which often drew criticism and controversy. Cixi's opulent lifestyle was evident in her residences, particularly the renowned Summer Palace in Beijing. She extensively renovated and expanded the palace, creating lavish halls, gardens, and artificial lakes. The palace became a symbol of her wealth and power, featuring intricate architecture, precious artworks, and extravagant furnishings. Her personal wardrobe was also a testament to her luxurious tastes. Cixi had a vast collection of ornate and exquisitely designed clothing and accessories. She frequently adorned herself in extravagant imperial robes, adorned with intricate embroidery, silk, and precious gems. Her jewelry collection was equally impressive, featuring stunning pieces made of gold, jade, and other precious stones. It was said that she changed outfits multiple times in one day. She maintained an extensive retinue of eunuchs and courtiers who catered to her every whim. Grand banquets, theatrical performances, and extravagant celebrations were common occurrences within the Forbidden City, where she resided. Finally, Empress Dowager Cixi was also known for her attempts to modernize China. Recognizing the need for reform to counter the encroachment of Western powers, she implemented various modernization measures that aimed to strengthen China's infrastructure, education system, and military. For example, Cixi understood that a strong military was crucial for protecting China's sovereignty and preserving its power. She directed resources towards modernizing and strengthening the armed forces. Under her guidance, China adopted Western military techniques, expanded arsenals, and built modern naval fleets. She initiated several large-scale construction projects, including the renovation and expansion of the Summer Palace, the construction of the Western-style Zhongnanhai complex, the expansion of railways, and the improvement of waterways for trade and transportation. These initiatives aim to enhance communication, facilitate trade, and modernize transportation systems throughout the country. Cixi also recognized the importance of education as a catalyst for progress. She established modern schools and encouraged the study of Western sciences and technologies. Cixi supported the establishment of China's first modern educational institution for women, the Beijing Women's Normal School, which aimed to provide women with opportunities for higher education. These efforts laid the foundation for educational reforms that would continue after her reign, promoting a more educated society. She also supported the construction of telegraph lines, the introduction of telegraphy and postal services, and the development of mining and industrial enterprises. These initiatives aim to improve communication, increase productivity, and foster industrial growth. While Cixi's modernization efforts were significant, they faced challenges and limitations. The conservative elements within the Qing court, known as the Eight Ministers, opposed her reforms and impeded progress. Regardless, Cixi is still remembered for her attempts to modernize China. Cixi's life and reign came to an end in 1908, and she passed away at the age of 72. Her influence and legacy remain subjects of discussion and interpretation among historians. However, there is no denying her significant role as a powerful female leader during a crucial period in Chinese history, and her attempts to navigate the challenges of modernization and preserve China's sovereignty. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.